Hey guys, it's Segef with Frontlinetactic. I've been playing a lot of SCUM lately. It's a survival game with zombies in it, but also with the context that you're an inmate. And this is kind of like your punishment island. So you have to survive on it. The game is super in depth. It's essentially like if Minecraft and Arma 3 got together with a masochist and decided to make a survival game. Because, let me show you. So one, you have your inventory, and it's very almost Arma-esque. Escape of Tarkov, things like that. There's a lot of familiarity with some of the inventory system and how certain things have pockets in them that you can stash things in. Inventory is super important. I'll go into that in a minute. But essentially, I wanted to talk about some beginning tips that I've learned kind of the hard way. Crafting is huge, and this is like loosely based off of your intellect. And here is your stat page. Apparently, I'm low on my B vitamins. Haven't been eating healthy lately. I've been on a steady diet of wild berries and green olives. So there's a lot to take in. I was reading somewhere that they possibly have like a medical team of nurses and doctors that help the developers with essentially helping them create a digital metabolism, which is amazing. And all aspects of the metabolism seem to work. And I'm kind of like nerding out on this because this is a really cool spreadsheet of all your stats and XP. So underneath the hood, there's even some RPG elements of this, of gaining XP based off of the different, basically your 4 core stats of strength, constitution, dexterity, and intellect. But you also have to deal with your stomach contents, bladder, and colon, which I will go into that again pretty soon. So, first off, I want to show you one of the things, because the map is huge, and I was getting lost, and stupid me, was running, and then seeing which way my dot would move, and then I knew what direction I was going in, and I was able to finally find some landmarks, like rivers and things like that, and go from there. But, unbeknownst to me, that if you just hold right-click at the top of the screen when you go to focus and zoom in, you have a compass at the top of the screen. Yeah, so that's a handy trick so that you don't get lost, because the map is huge. Another useful thing is how to make a basically rudimentary knife is just go and search rocks. You're going to find rocks on the ground, and just open them up. Yep, there we go. And then when you hit tab, it will do a vicinity of what's all around you. And if you go near something that you've made, you can actually pop that up as well, which comes in super handy. So you can just kind of throw stuff on the ground to craft. So you don't have to always have it on your person. But certain things work differently if you have it in your hand. It gets complicated. This game gets complicated fast. And then right here at the top, one of the first things you want to build is a stone knife, because without that stone knife, when you wouldn't be able to cut down bushes to get sticks. Sticks help you make spears, which is one of the best things to have for defense. Because, again, there's zombies. So this is a nice ranged weapon that you can actually throw it by holding G. Haven't really tried that yet, but yeah. Another thing that I found out was I kept trying to hold shift to run. Shift doesn't do anything. You do have C for crouch and X for prone for sneaking, but it's your mouse wheel. It's kind of like a throttle. and then that affects your stamina and some of your stats of your constitution. Next up, it gets dark. It gets dark fast and really dark. I've been waiting hours basically to get this much brightness. I'll put in a clip of how dark it gets. So really be mindful of making a fire so that you can possibly see. Having a torch, fire is key. But the nice thing about having it so dark is also allows you time to rest, plan, and strategize. Because just like for everything else, it's dark. So it doesn't seem like much wanders around during that time. So you really have some safety in just kind of picking a nest and sitting there to wait out the night. If you are able to create a small bit of light, like I did in this camp, then I was able to gather around the bushes for extra olives, sticks, rocks, and I was able to make some more stuff. Now, bundling items is super important. I will show you. Let me get the inventory up. So this is a bundle of wooden sticks. This is large sticks, which is 5 of them. So 5 of these would take up a lot of space, and I got lucky with this hiking backpack. But you can then basically go into your crafting and bundle certain items. Bundle of sticks, small sticks, planks of wood. There's even bundle of rags, which comes in handy. If you have a bunch of rags, this is so you can make a bed. You can make, I haven't figured out how to make bandages, but I'm assuming you can make bandages. There's a bunch of different stuff that you can make. But if you're able to bundle it, see, a rag takes up 1 brick like this. Well, you can get up to 5 rags and a rag strip, and the same thing with the rag strips. You can bundle them up 5 at a time, which really frees up inventory. So that's essentially 6 of these squares condensed into 2. Because the space is limited. And with the space being limited, here's another thing that I really found out. I lost a really good pair of boots and some other items because I just put them at the edge of my little lean-to. Same with my log, just like with my logs here. So if you log out or go far away from your camp for too long, items on the ground will disappear, which really prioritizes carrying a backpack with you or making a box. Because anything that you don't store, you just assume it's lost if you wander off. With that, also be careful when you're crafting and making things, or even eating. Speaking of which, let's eat another olive, and you can actually see the metabolism of me filling up my stomach and eating an olive, and then that will slowly go into my digestion, go into my colon and or bladder, and hopefully some of these things will change. You can look at the nutrition by holding left control. You can actually see the nutritional value of what you are eating. I have a soda, which I've been holding off because my sugars are low. Because you will drop your tools, and so I almost lost. I almost lost my hatchet because I had to eat, and I dropped my hatchet because I didn't have a pocket to put it in, and so there's the chance that you can really lose valuable items just by having them drop onto the ground. But the nice thing is you can see them. So just be mindful when you're crafting, eating, or doing things that an item might fall in your vicinity, and be mindful to watch out for that. Last. So we talked about the metabolism, and this one was a huge thing. I was looting a farmhouse, and my character was having a crisis. He was doing the potty dance, I kid you not. And I looked at my my metabolism screen, and it said my bladder was like 110% full. Which, that's a great way to get infections and all this other stuff, which actually you can get. Apparently right now I'm protein deficient, sodium deficient, I am feeling sick, and I am phase 4 of starvation. So yeah, I need to get food. in me. I'm not doing so good. Well, one of the things you can do is, if it took me a long time to figure this out, I'm not do it next to my camp, I'll do it over here where the rocks are. You can actually hold, so tab opens up your inventory and your stats and everything, but if you hold it, which nowhere tells you to do this, you have actions like I can sit down, I can lay down, I can squat. If you're playing with other people, you can wave, because this game doesn't have in-game voice. So the only way you can communicate if you decide to play on a server with other people is through these hand gestures or join a Discord that they possibly have set up. You have commands, so you can do, some of these are like CQB commands. Apparently if your intelligence is high enough, you can diagnose and treat illnesses. I'm not playing with anyone, so I can't say. Here's more, but then you have the toilet here, which you can urinate, defecate, or vomit. So I have it set up so it is censored, so otherwise the game does have a non-censored version, so you can see all the glory that happens in well, doing a bunch of activities. I haven't had it yet. I think I lost my opportunity for it, but yeah, you're supposed to have one free item, so to speak, in your prison wallet. Let's see my metabolism. I still have 18 or 19% in my colon, so like I can still get something out. But yeah, those are some of the tips to help you on your SCUM play. I'm trying to do this as blind as possible, not look up the wiki or things like that, but hopefully some of these tips that aren't forthright, intuitive, help you out. That's actually something that really interests me about this game, is that it's very community driven. I think once I get a little bit more comfortable in this solo play, that I might try to join a server. So thanks for listening to me. Hopefully you guys take these tips to heart and stay safe on the front line. See you later.